South Central Illinois' most accurate forecast with meteorologist Seth Bohnhoff.
Well, as we said earlier in the show, the storm coverage is pretty minimal right now, but one of the few locations that might be seeing some of that storm activity is just north of Effingham. As we look at the sky cam here, you kind of see things in the distance. Maybe you just think that's a sunny blue sky. It's actually a lot of rain there in the distance as we look off there towards some of that storm activity. Again, you have to look really close to see all that. The kind of aerial shot here of the entire picture doesn't show a whole lot, but then you get a little closer. You see north of Effingham there. That storm went from nothing to something there in just a blink of an eye, and it is riding up there to I-57 towards parts of Sigel, maybe eventually into Neoga as well. So we'll be watching as a few of these little pop-up storms continue on here over the next couple of hours. Aside from that, the heat index is still a problem. That is upwards of 100 degrees across much of the area here as we approach the 5 o'clock hour. We continue to see chances for showers and storms here into the night and again into tomorrow morning as well. Kind of two different rounds that we'll be watching for. Keeping those chances at around 40% right now. There could be perhaps a strong storm or two within all that mess there. That one actually north of Effingham has 50-mile-an-hour gusts reported in it, so we're kind of just a little below that severe threshold right now, but that marginal risk accounts for pretty much the entire area here as we go throughout the night tonight. Then we look at tomorrow. That risk is pulled up to the north just a little bit, but pretty much the same story is applicable tomorrow. You will perhaps see one or two of those strong storms pop into the picture. I think by the time we get to Sunday, those storm chances are going to start to wrap up. But there's going to be plenty of those chances as we get into our Saturday. In fact, there could be another one kind of later on into the evening and into the nighttime hours there as well. And regardless, still going to have that 90-degree heat for both days. Let's look at future track. It does show the possibility of some storms, especially up across the northwestern part of the area later on tonight. And that could carry on pretty deep into the night. We're talking about maybe still before sunrise tomorrow morning, those storms just northwest of us. Then we start to calm things down as we get closer to midday tomorrow. But then things pick back up again as that new boundary starts to fire up a few of those storms. And things could get just a little strong there at times, so we'll continue to watch out for that. Plenty of heat and humidity to tap into there for some of those storms. Main thing we're going to be watching as far as severe weather goes is maybe 60 to 70-mile-an-hour gusts. Not really watching any kind of tornado threat or real hail threat here, but that flooding threat is up just a little bit. We could see some of the same areas continue to get rain over and over and over again as those storms push on through, particularly up there to the northwest. That's where you see future track rainfall totals are a little higher. Might see some spots upwards of 3 inches in just isolated locations, so may have to deal with a little bit of that flash flooding. Now, those rain chances here this weekend look to pretty much be it here for the next several days. After that, it's just going to be the heat and humidity. And when I say just the heat and humidity, this is what I'm talking about. That could be up to 110, maybe 115 degrees by the time we get to Monday and Tuesday. So some of the toughest days of the summer still ahead of us. That being said, some of the nicest days of the summer could also be ahead of us because this big ridge, this high pressure is finally going to break down a little bit. And we're going to start to get some cooler temperatures and drier air to move on in. Look at next weekend, maybe some highs down there into the low 80s. The muggy meter goes from all the way to the top of the chart to all the way close to the bottom of the chart. That means things are going to feel much, much better by the time we get about 7 days from now. So finally something to look forward to, a day to circle on your calendar to get outside and make all the plans that you want. Not that you can't do that right now. You just don't want to be outside for too terribly long just because nobody wants to roast out in 110 or 115 degree feels like temperature at all. That doesn't sound like fun to me. Maybe it is for some people, but count me out.
Yeah, nicest days of the summer. What a phrase.
Yeah, and that's right as we flip the calendar over to August, too. Hard to believe that we're already that deep into the summer.
I know, and then it's going to be September football season.
Yep, school's going to be back, and yeah, we're going to be right back to where we were, and then we're going to be complaining about winter, won't we?
I know, in a few months from now.
The cycle of life.
Right. All right.